Welcome! This is 9.3 and this introduces you to the general form of an equation. ax plus by plus c equals 0. So what they've done is that they've rewritten your equation, and instead of a y equals, now they've moved everything so that you have an equals 0. Usually they have a as positive and integers if possible for the a, b, and c, and you'll see later on where that could come into play. Some texts refer to this as standard form, but in general they do not. Usually they refer to y equals mx plus b as the standard form. What you're going to find with this general form is that it's mostly useless. So what you're going to notice with this is you have to do a lot of work to find anything. So if you had, for example, 3x plus 6y plus 2 equals 0, that would be the equation written as general form, or written in general form. But now when you look at that, like slope, I don't know by just looking at that. Y-intercept, I don't know by just looking at that. And this is why I say it's kind of useless, because the slope and the y-intercept we use for graphing and a ton of other things, and we always need them. So what happens if it's in this scenario is you need to change it to a y equals. So 3x plus 6y plus 2 equals 0. I'm going to move the 6y over. So take away 6y, take away 6y, and I'll have 3x plus 2 equals negative 6y. Divide by negative 6 on every part. And y equals negative 1/2 x minus 1/3. So now I can easily see my slope is negative 1/2 and my y-intercept, or b value, is negative 1/3. Sometimes they'll have you go backwards and convert it into the general form. So convert the following equations from slope y-intercept form to general form, where a, b, c are integers. And integers, remember, are plus and minus whole numbers, so they don't want to have this 2/3. What you'll do first then is times everything by that denominator. So if I times by 3, times by 3, times by 3, that will get rid of my denominator. I will have 3y equals 2x plus 21. And now I can rearrange so that I have a 0 equals, or an equals 0. So I'm going to take away 3y, take away 3y. And now I've got 0 equals, and we'll write it in the same form that they did here. So the x part first, 2x, then the y part, minus 3y, and the constant plus 21 at the end. And again, from here, we cannot easily see that the slope is 2/3, and certainly not that the y-intercept is 7. And yes, you could come up with some rules to figure that out, but really what you're doing is you are solving this in your mind to do any rules that you would make up. So, not worth it at all. C part, let's do this. Here, we're going to need to times by the common denominator, which will be 20. That will get rid of the 4, and it will get rid of the 5. So, if I write it like this, 4 times 5, then I can just cancel instead of have to rewrite 4 times 5 and squish that in. That's messy. And here I'm just going to write times by 20. So this will cancel, which is what I wanted. That will cancel, which is what I wanted. 20y equals negative 5x plus 12. They say that usually a is positive, so this gives us a good example of we should move everything to the left side. So plus 5x, take away 12, and we've got 5x plus 20y, take away 12, equals 0. Ta-da! Okay, number 2. Given the equation of a line in general form, ax plus by plus c equals 0, the slope and y-intercept can be found by converting the equation into slope y-intercept form, y equals mx plus b, which we did up there. So determine the slope and y-intercept of the graph of the following lines. So we've done one of those kind already. Let's do b. So I need the y by itself. I'm going to move it. Minus 2y minus 2y. So 6x minus 15 equals negative 2y. And I think I would move the y all the time at the beginning because then you have one less step. Divide by negative 2, divide by negative 2, divide by negative 2. So negative 3x plus 15 over 2 equals y. And from there, now we can answer, and we know y equals slope, so m equals negative 3, and y-intercept is b, 15 over 2. Okay, number 3. And really, you should pause and try this before I do them. So the lines 3x minus 4y plus 8 equals 0 and 5x minus ky minus 6 have the same y-intercept. Determine the value of k. Let's rearrange these so we can see what the y-intercept is. So this first one, if I do plus 4y, so 3x plus 8 equals 4y. Divide by 4, divide by 4, divide by 4. Y equals 3/4 x plus 2. And our second equation, let's move the y again, so plus ky plus ky. Make sure that looks like it's with that one. 5x minus 6 equals ky. Divide by k, divide by k, divide by k. And remember, that's exactly the same as doing divide by k on all of that, and then that k must divide into both parts. So I'm going to have 5x over k minus 6 over k equals y. And now let's look. Determine the value of k. Let's not think about things yet. Let's just go here. Have the same y-intercept. Well, I know the y-intercept is 2 from here, and then from here it's negative 6 k over k. So those have to be equal. 2 has to equal negative 6 over k. And I can cross multiply, so negative 6 has to equal 2k. Divide by 2, divide by 2. And you could have done that in one step, that's fine. K equals negative 3. See, isn't that more fun with the things that you know? Okay, next page. Some more entertaining examples. Which of the following lines is or are perpendicular to the given line? So let's rearrange this so we know. If we're looking for something perpendicular, we know that the slope has to be the negative reciprocal. So let's find the slope in all of these. So plus 2y plus 2y. And now 4x plus 9 equals 2y. divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2. So 2x plus 9 over 2 equals y. And we care about slope, so we're going to care about here, which means if we want something to be perpendicular, our perpendicular slope is going to be negative 1/2. And I think it's worth writing that that's what we're looking for. Then when you find it, you don't have to rethink this. So you can even put want in front of that, so you know, oh yeah, that is what I'm looking for. Okay, these guys, rearrange. So minus 3y minus 3y, so 6x minus 1 equals negative 3y. Divide by negative 3, divide by negative 3, divide by negative 3. And now let's look. Y equals negative 2x plus 1/3. So no for this one, because I've got a slope of 2. I'm looking for, or sorry, a slope of negative 2. I'm looking for a slope of negative 1/2. This one, take away 2y, take away 2y, so x minus 12 equals negative 2y. Divide by negative 2, divide by negative 2, divide by negative 2. Y equals, this is an invisible 1, so negative 1/2 x plus 6. So yes, this is what we're looking for. So this one is, yes, perpendicular. Here, take away 10y, take away 10y, so 5x equals negative 10y, divide by negative 10, divide by negative 10, and negative 1/2 x equals y. And again, negative 1/2 is what we're looking for, so yes, this one is perpendicular. Hooray! Okay, and you can see that now they're just going to mix up these kind of scenarios. So write the equation of a line which is perpendicular to this one, so perpendicular, and has the same y-intercept. Answer in slope y-intercept form and in general form. And that is not necessary, that is just, we need the slope. So this slope, take away 5y, take away 5y, so 2x minus 7 equals negative 5y, and stop the video if you haven't tried this already because you should know how to do this one. Divide by negative 5, divide by negative 5, divide by negative 5. So here the slope, perpendicular slope, is going to be the negative reciprocal of here. So 5 over 2 is what we're looking for. And same y-intercept. So this guy, let's do, take away y, so 2x minus 6 equals negative y. Divide by negative 1, divide by negative 1, divide by negative 1, and y equals negative 2x plus 6. So same y-intercept, b is going to be 6. So our equation, y equals the 5 halves x plus 6. That's the easy way to write it, and we would leave it there unless they're going to ask us specifically to put it into general form. So general form, we don't want any fractions, so we'll times by 2, times by 2, times by 2. 2y equals, we'll cancel, 5x plus 12. And they like the x part to be positive, so we'll leave that x here. Take away 2y, take away 2y, and 0 equals 5x minus 2y plus 12. Okay, last one, And again, try this if you haven't already. It's going to make your questions go way quicker later if you try it now. A student made the following statements about the line with the equation 2y equals 5x plus 12. Statement 1, the line has a slope of 5. We'll see. Statement 2, the line is parallel to the following equation. And statement 3, the line passes through that point. Some interesting ones here that we're going to take a look at. Which of the above statements is or are true? Well, slope of the line is 5. Let's look. Divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2. So y equals 5 over 2x plus 6. So no, that's not true. Slope is actually 5 over 2. The line is parallel to this one. Well, let's change this one to a y equals. So plus 4y plus 4y, 10x plus 13 equals 4y. Divide by 4, divide by 4, divide by 4. This I can reduce. Divide by 2, divide by 2. So 5 over 2x plus 13 over 4 equals y. And here's my slope. And parallel, yes, because they have the same slope. So yes for that one. The line passes through -2 and 1. The easiest way to do this, and this is one you'll use later on quite a bit, and sometimes it's the part that we forget. This is an x part, this is a y part, so let's just substitute into the original equation and see if it actually works. So it's called, does it satisfy the equation? Does it make the equation happy? So our equation is 2y equals 5x plus 12, and now we'll substitute in those points, that point. Y is 1, 5x is -2, plus 12, and then this is a verify really. So does 2 equal -10 plus 12? 2, does it equal 2? Yes, it does. So if that's true, then this satisfies the equation or means that that point is on the line. So let's look. 2 and 3. 2 and 3 only. Yes. There we go. Okay, let's see what we're doing for fun questions in this one. We want to do questions 1 to 3. Let's do every other part. And 4 through 16. Okay, have so much fun. These are super great, and you should be able to do them quite fast, especially if you've done these with me as they are right now. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow.